Staff, Abby and Matt. You're only a what if away from great holidays. What if? It's Aussie for travel. Staff, Abby and Matt.
Brisbane wakes up with Staff, Abby and Matt on B105.
So there is a psychic. She's a medium, right? And she has saying that
here
it's...
we go. Oh.
I
It's
just
out
said
you're out
I'm
already.
just bringing the story to the table.
He was like, don't mention the lady's size.
A psychic medium, Zara Fleming is her name. She has claimed that when she's on a night out, voices of the dead speak to her and they demand her to down her drinks. Just down her drinks
Do they?
very quickly. And then we'll go around to the bar and make sure that she delivers the messages to as many people as possible from beyond the grave.
Oh, right, okay.
So she says if I tried to ignore them, the voices would just keep saying the same things. They'd get louder and they'd get persistent. I'd never be able to enjoy
Right.
time at the bar. So she says that she just has to be like, okay, cool, let's just do it. And then I'll go and tell all these people. She said some people take the messages really well
Yeah.
and some don't. Sounds like a good excuse if anything goes
Well, I
wrong.
mean, if she's blind when she's delivering them, just so you know, your dead dad wants to say something. He's got a message for you.
Yes.
You're not really his.
Yes.
So sorry to break that to you.
People have the comments have
Gonna
been
get a
quite.
kebab.
People say I hate it when this is. I hate it when this happens to me. The spirits always insist I go and get Maccas. But I guess it
Maybe
would,
they do.
What?
Maybe that's what, someone in your ear. Go get Macca. You want Macca?
Yeah, you always say that. Someone said I hate it when the spirits make me phone up my ex on a night out. It does sound like you're blaming other people.
Dead people, too.
Well, yeah, dead people for
Yeah.
it. But how would you take if someone came up to you and goes, "Hey, just let to know this person's got this message from me for you"?
How long have you had this ability for?
Well, no, but if you had never met this psychic,
That's
and they
right.
did-
That would be my first question.
Oh, I was
start-
born with it.
You were born with it. Have you got any...
Credentials?
Yeah.
No, what do you do? Carry a certificate around? Mediums don't have that.
You're an angry medium and I,
I
don't
just-
like your vibe.
I just
I'm
had
gonna
3
go away
shots.
now.
It wasn't my decision. It was your nana. She's Scottish. How was I supposed to?
Oh, she is Scottish. Okay. Another round here, please. Dig into this.
Stab Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
Is it rude to ask, have you had work done, or do you openly tell people? Because Kylie Jenner has responded back to a influencer who did a TikTok saying, hey, can you please tell us what your boob job was?
I don't think I would ever mention it to a woman, ever. I would ask a bloke if he'd had his hair or something done, but physically on a woman?
What about if someone's had a nose job, a guy? Would you say,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah, a guy I would ask.
so a guy you'd feel comfortable with, could you presume that he would want to share, or?
Yeah, I don't feel like it would be appropriate for me as a male to bring it up on a woman,
Yeah.
especially if it was the chesticles.
Testicles. Official
that's-
name, yeah.
Yeah, you reckon?
Well, yes, but then you said that you comment on weight loss. And I
No,
find that
no, I wouldn't.
No, right, okay.
I was
but-
asking if that was just... That
yeah,
was just
see, I
a-
always think if that's the case,
Yeah.
then you don't comment on anything until they bring it up. I don't know. It depends. If you,
When a woman's, like,
I'm
in labour, I would still be like, are you pregnant?
I did not
Notice.
know. Twins. No, still didn't notice. Whatever.
But Joe and Alderley, what do you think? Do you comment on it or wait for them to say something?
Well, I've actually had 3 surgeries myself overseas. I went to Thailand maybe 7 or 8 years ago, and I had my first boob job. Then I had a mid-facelift, and then I had another boob job about 18 months ago. I'm very, very open about it. Everybody knows what I'm doing. Everybody knows that I'm going there. I also have fillers. I've had fillers in my lips, and I've had fillers, a full sort of filler job on my face twice in the last probably 2 years. I'm very open about it. I get comments all the time when I tell people how old I am. I'm 61. Most people believe that I'm around, mid-40s to late 40s. But I don't look unnatural. It's not like I've got great big bulbous lips and really high cheekbones or anything like that. But I also look after myself. I go to the gym and I have regular facials and things like that. But I'm very open about it. If a man said to me, "Oh wow, look at your boobs," I'd be a bit
Well, that's
okay, you're a
like,
dickhead.
okay,
Yeah, it's a bit creepy, right?
That's a bit of a different thing. Joe, do you get different responses? So if you say that you have, and people go, "Oh God, why did you get that, Joe? You don't need it."
You know what really annoys me is you see it all the time, these silly women on threads and on Facebook saying, "Who's all natural? I'm natural, put your hand up." Do you know what? Who cares about what you are? You know, be who you are, do what you want to do. And why do you think you're better because you don't colour your hair or you don't have fake nails or... You know what? We all should do what we want to do, and not. Well, I will admit though, I was at having a beauty treatment. I don't call it an FACIAL anymore because when you've got teenage boys, it just doesn't work.
Yes, okay. I thought you were just trying to... Okay, keep going.
Yeah. I was with this young girl who was doing my beauty treatment on Saturday, and she's 22, and she was telling me how much Botox she's had.
Oh,
now,
that's a bit... Yep.
I will be very judgy on that, and I said to her, "You are beautiful. You don't need this because what's going to happen in 20 years' time is your face is going to collapse."
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's a hard one, isn't it, of going to go people wanting to age, I guess, naturally and then being proud of that. But then, I guess, people doing modifications at a young age when they don't need it.
Yeah.
It is a hard one, but Joe, but I think I sort of compare it to, when it used to be like birth 3.5 kilos, natural birth, and you're like, I really don't care how your baby came into the world as long as everyone is happy. You know?
Yeah,
it's
as long as everyone's healthy and strong, or my baby slept right through the night. You know what? BS. That's BS. Your baby sleeping from 11 until 4 is not overnight.
Yes.
That's not
Each
overnight.
to their own. I guess
Exactly.
it does make people feel more comfortable in their body if you are open with it.
Joe,
Yeah, I don't care. I do me, and I'm very happy with me. I've got 16,000 Instagram followers, so you know what? I don't care.
right, and you've said you've got teenage sons. Is that what you said?
I've got a 21-year-old son, and he recently told me about. I said something about going to have a beauty treatment, and he said, "Oh, Mum, me and Mateo used to always laugh when you would say that," and I'd be like, "Why? What?" And then he explained to me what it meant. It was probably about 3 years ago now. So,
well, good
I
on
now
you,
have
Joe.
beauty treatment.
Yeah.
Good on you. Thank you for calling this morning.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too. Appreciate it.
Stab Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
Like this year, I'm going to the doctors more than anything because I just want to get on top of things. Get on top of things, just age appropriately. No, just things that I've been putting off for so long. And I first, after I had a baby, went to a urologist, pelvic floor, all that stuff. And I had went to him like straight after, and I haven't gone back to see him. And I went yesterday because I was like, I'll come back in a year's time. And then bugger me, 6 years later.
And you've got a marker of that.
Yeah, he's so funny. He's like, "And how's your baby?" And I was like, "Oh, my little baby is almost 7. Still my little baby." And he's a lovely doctor, and he's like, but urologists, I think, predominantly deal with older people. So when you're going in there, there's quite a wait room, and a lot of them are really quite older. Do you know what a urologist is now I've said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, they do your stuff downstairs.
P doctor.
Below the belly button doctor.
Yeah.
But
But they've
above
got
the knee.
male and women there. And I just was a bit like...
Or is it a brain surgeon? No.
If your brain is down there, sir, then yes, it is.
You got me.
Yeah. But I just remember last time I said something really embarrassing, and I didn't mean it like that. But you know when you just do things and you're like, oh, my God, why did I do that? And I have to get like an examination. I just always don't like it. No one likes it, but when you're just like, oh, gosh. So I always just try to be like, talk or something, or break the ice or not make it awkward. And
in doing so.
And then you're about to get an examination, and I just said to him, "Oh, you must love doing mine because I'm young." And I went,
Sorry, hang on a second. So let me... You're laying down.
Yeah.
with no pants on.
And what did you say?
You must love doing mine because I'm young.
Did
I meant,
he say yes?
What did he say?
anything.
He didn't say anything.
He just sort of went, as if like, what did you say? And I went, well, no, I was just saying like, because everyone out there like it's quite older, and I don't know if that's like harder. So I don't know if like Not that
stop
you.
talking.
Not that's because.
Stop talking.
Not that because of that. I just thought it might be easier for stuff, and then and then I
because
just left.
Because I freshly waxed last week, and
Why would I say that? But I just meant because everyone was elderly.
Yeah.
I think you know what you mean.
Yeah. Anyway, and then
Imagine though, if he went, you're not the youngest.
No, but what is good? Imagine
no,
if you...
yes, your age is, but that very different age. No, imagine no.
But the other way as well. There's no right. What if you go,
and then it was
I've
weird
been waiting
because
all
he's
day for
like,
this.
you've got full marks for your pelvic floor. And I was like, oh, thank you. As if like, oh my God, what am I doing? And then after I just was talking so much that he just said to me, you're very funny, but didn't laugh. I was like, thank you. All right, thanks. And then I left. But I just go, why did you say that? And then you just go into that cringe thing in the car where you're like, what did he must have think? Oh no.
You're very vulnerable in that situation, and you're trying to normalise a very unnormal situation.
And I've done it before. I did the same as what Ashley, our producer, did. I went for my first mole check ever. And I would have thought with a mole check, you go into a room and the doctor said, this is in Sydney, he goes, take off your clothes, right? And I'll leave and I'll come back. And then he came back and he opened the door and he goes, I'll put your underwear back on. And I was like, and he shut the door and I went, what? Why did I get everything nude? But he should have said it. So I was totally nude and he shut the door as if like he was
When he ran
disgusted.
away, did you say, but I'm young, I thought you'd want to see it?
He was so uncomfortable and asked me to put my underwear back on. So then I had to sit there with my underwear, just like shame. And then I was like, oh.
See, I'll let that one pass too, because they say
Yeah.
that if you have a freckle or something where the sun doesn't shine usually,
Still.
that's the most dangerous.
They don't. They just normally have your bra still on your underwear and then they sort of move it aside.
I had the opposite way where I was the one being embarrassed by the doctor.
Why?
Well, I had a boil on my right cheek of my bottom. And I thought I didn't know what it was, and I was just leaving it until the entire right cheek was a boil, and I almost had blood poisoning. And my mum finally was like, "Why are you taking so long to sit down? What's going on?" I showed her. She took me
This
to
is
the
a kid
hospital.
then?
But teenager.
Right, okay,
I was
yeah,
in
yeah.
high school, and I was lying in the doctor's room, pants down, bum exposed, and a nurse walked in, and I'm in agony, and she's like, "Oh, got a sore bot, do we?" I'm like, "Not the time or place."
But yes, you did have a short bot.
Yeah, and she was a hot nurse.
And here's a lollipop.
Here's a lot. Don't put it there. But yeah.
It is. I think it's a vulnerability.
It is.
And I do just say things when I get a bit nervous, thinking I'm going to make
You have
this
verbal
better.
diarrhea.
Yes.
In a bid to normalise things, you fill the space.
You
When really,
overcorrect.
in hindsight, the silence would be less awkward.
Because what did you say again?
You must love doing mine because I'm young.
I mean, tickets.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Looking out in the waiting room, just judging everyone else's. Mine is going to sparkle.
checks the odometer on it. Oh, there's a few Ks on this old bad boy.
God.
13, 10, 60. Let's make Abby feel better. The most embarrassing thing that's happened with a medical professional. Doctor, skin doctor, maybe in the emergency
You
room.
had one?
Me?
Yes.
What did I do?
Remember you had to go and...
When I had to take my sample to get checked.
No, when you were younger, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, but that was my mum who made it awkward. I found a lump on one of my testicles.
Should check.
And you should always check it, yeah. This is when I was like 15, so I had to get an ultrasound on it. My mum refused to leave the room because she wanted to be...
Of course, yes.
She wanted to be across what was going
Yeah.
on. So I had folded up paper towel underneath, pulling everything up so the guy could ultrasound it. And then the doctor said it's just a build-up of fluid.
So you had to...
I had to make sure that...
Yeah. Contrary to popular belief, he wasn't one.
No.
See, there you go. Now I feel better.
Now...
There you go.
And your mum had to be like, Matthew, I hope you have.
Yes,
Wow.
Yes. And I tell you what, that really got me going. Oh, thanks for the reminder, Mum.
Yeah.
Away we go.
Yeah. Therapy, here we come.
All right, we'll take your calls next.
Stab Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.
Doctor, Doctor. That's the doctor.
This is so embarrassing.
That's embarrassing.
Thank you, Doctor. Oh, I'm not a doctor.
I admire those people that think before they speak, but it's never been me. And then I always go, why did I say that? And I just said something embarrassing last time I went to the doctor and I had to get an examination. So it was just, the waiting room was filled with elderly people, but extremely elderly people. So then I just said to him, during an examination, you must love doing mine because I'm young. And it sounded weird, but it is weird.
Yep.
13 10 60, we want to know what embarrassing thing happened to you at the doctor's.
Good luck beating that story, but we want them nonetheless, Anonymous. Hello.
Yes.
Hi. Yes, like Abby, I sometimes speak when I should be quiet. And I had my first pap smear, first jumped up on the bed, doctor came back in. I still had my undies on because I was so embarrassed. She said, I can't do anything with that. She went back out, came back in. I was ready. I was just having a chat. She said, I was 18 or 19, so I was young, trying to sound sophisticated. And she said, how's your vaginal health? And I said, oh, yes, it's quite good, except for just the occasional chlamydia. And then I just kept talking. And she said, I think you mean candida. And I said, yes. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, so one's a yeast infection and the other one is an infectious disease transmitted.
Only by koalas.
I thought, I can imagine her sitting in the staff room, talking to other doctors, laughing her head off at the 18-year-old thinking she had occasional chlamydia.
No, doctor-patient privilege. She can't tell anyone that story.
They do.
That's just checking with other professionals, cross-referencing.
Yes.
Sarah in Bray Park, what's your embarrassing doctor story?
Yeah, so mine's another pap smear one.
Yes.
A couple of years back, had to go for one, so I've had the shower beforehand, freshen up, and just to bolster the freshness before I walked out the door, I thought I'll spray a bit of deodorant to be on the safe side. Couldn't find an aerosol, so I had a little spritzer that I used. Got to the doctor's, jumped up on the table. She's got the light out, did her thing, and then towards the end of it, she asked me, why is it so glittery down here?
Oh, my God, you put a spritz with glitter in it.
Yeah, so thanks to my 6-year-old daughter at the time, it was the first one I grabbed. But it was even worse because she was a Chinese doctor, and it was around the time that skit about the glitter nails came out.
Oh, glitter gel.
Yeah, it was fun. Needless to say, I changed doctors.
Yeah.
Oh, you changed doctors?
Well, it's funny. You're like, I just got to make sure everything's great.
Yeah.
Before I go.
With the light as well, it would have been a disco ball for her.
So, Sarah, the spritz down there, that's like the equivalent of brushing your teeth right before you go to the dentist?
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
Amy, in the Gold Coast, what's your embarrassing story at the doctor's?
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
My experience being young, went to the doctor to get the regular checkup.
Yep.
Up there, all good. The doctor goes to me, oh, you're wetty pink, Miss Amy. I just went, what? Thank you. And tried to get out there as quick as possible.
Oh, my
Very
goodness.
embarrassing.
Was that like a good review? Do you reckon? Like,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was quite traumatizing. My husband still gives me a lot of grief about it now.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yes.
yeah, lots of fun. So don't feel too bad, okay?
Yeah,
It's really fine.
Yeah.
yeah. Do you think that doctor went, why did I say that? Or do you
maybe.
So embarrassing.
Yeah.
So embarrassing. Yeah.
Good on you, Amy. Thanks for calling.
Now he's just like a pill by Pink. Ironic.
Jeanette in Balmoral, what's your embarrassing doctor's story?
Hi, guys. It was my first pregnancy 25 years ago, public system in Melbourne. And I was actually 41 weeks pregnant. So I was a week over. I'm only 5 foot. So I'd gone in, stepped up on the chair, laid down on the table, and because you just get a different doctor each visit.
Yeah.
So I didn't actually have a rapport with the doctor or anything. So he came in. He pulled my underpants down for me, which was fine, down to my ankles. Did a little examination and then said, okay, all good, you can go. and left the room. But because of my short arms and whatnot, I couldn't reach my underpants that were down at my ankles.
Because you were so pregnant, you couldn't.
Yeah, and I'm laying flat, and I was trying to do reach one arm down, and and in the end I had one leg up trying to shake the underpants so they'd come back down, and I just had to call out, and another doctor came in. It was so embarrassing because I just had one leg up, and it was very embarrassing.
Oh. Did you have that moment where you're like, am I just going to forget this? Keep them off? Or
they just wouldn't move. They just wouldn't move. They were big, big mama buggers.
And how is she going to get up and walk out when she's still got undies around her? What, hop out?
I don't know. I've never been in that position. That's why I'm asking
because-
questions, okay? I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, I couldn't sit up. I couldn't even sit up to even grab them because I was, like I said, 41 weeks pregnant. And, let's just say they put me in hospital that next day and I was induced, and I was glad that was over.
Wow.
Yeah, they say it's a beautiful moment giving birth, and whatever. But I tell you what, you lose your dignity throughout.
What dignity? Huh? What dignity?
Stab Abby and Matt for breakfast. B105.